presents the pre-match.
Oscar, Chris J, Rob, Sonny, and Snacks, your reigning ESL 1 New York 2018 champions. And of course, Chad and I, in our own right, are champions because today it would appear as though, well, we're decimated, those kids. Am I right?
They sucked.
Like, terrible.
They were really bad.
Not toit like a tiger, but tight like a... I don't even know where I'm going with
the game wasn't close.
Yeah, it was
the game
really
wasn't
bad.
close at all.
And in case you're wondering exactly what it is that we're talking about, we just actually destroyed Harry and Hugo and a wingman sort of thing we did there in that off time. Either way, we do have a great matchup up on our hands. We do have mousesports and SpaceSoldiers squaring off on two maps. The first one being that of Dust2, followed by a little bit of Overpass. And of course, I guess we'll start the conversation around SpaceSoldiers, Chad.
Sure, man. I think, if you look at the issues they had going into the major, Engine not being able to get his visa, they would have prepped a lot of stuff going into that tournament, right? They were unable to really show the world. They went to Blast. They had some up and down results there. They were unable to topple a squad that they needed to get through and play in front of their home crowd of that grand final. But here online is where they do, I suppose, their best work. And you saw earlier in the day, literally just finished, they played Australis on two maps, both going to overtime, and they're actually able to pick up the second map of Train 19-15. So just to highlight for people who aren't so aware of this squad, Zentara is the main star. Calyx is part and parcel of that duo. Going down the list, we have Paz. He is meant to be the third star. Madja is the in-game leader, does a bit of AWPing as well. And then Engine, who is the player who wasn't able to make it to the major, he is the support player, doing all the dirty work for this team. Now, we are going into Dust2, Trace. So I've brought up a couple of statistics here for Dust2 of the SpaceSoldiers, a map they played 5 times in the last 3 months. They've only lost it once, and that was 16-2 to Team Spirit. So it's not great that they've lost it to Team Spirit, but I'm sure that it is a map that they're feeling good on.
Imagine how you would feel coming into this after you've already went the distance versus Australis. You had a very play faster moment when it came down to, you went to overtime, 25-21, and for what it's worth, your T sides were extremely impressive there against the likes of Australis, where in which a team, if you get any rounds on, you're considered successful.
That's what I'm talking about, the things that they've had in the back pocket since the major, right? They've prepped all that. They did their hard little boot camp. They've come out. They were unable to use it due to some unforeseen visa circumstances. And this is where you really get the fruits of that labor against a good team like Australis. Now, coming in against mousesports, a lot scrimmier of an opponent. They have their opening moves. They're more of a mid-round team. So SpaceSoldiers are going to really need to be on their A game individually here because it's going to go toe-to-toe. The likes of Sonny, Robs, Oscar, they're all fragging. Chris J, we know what he can do.
Oh, yeah, we definitely know what he can do. And we're going to get into that just a little bit later here. But I guess I do need to focus around a mousesports that is reeling in the big time right now. They have found success in the Apple. Snacks gets another one in terms of how hungry he is.
I think what that's offered up for mousesports is a confidence boost because when Snacks had come in, they hadn't really found a lot of success. They think that they were doing well in practice. They thought that the skill ceiling was higher for this squad. But to win that trophy, to grab that victory, even though, they didn't necessarily have to be the toughest opponents until the grand final, still a massive win. And it's a notch in the belt for mousesports on the road to the Intel Grand Slam. And tonight, their journey to Odense begins.
Yes, the road to Odense, which is why we are all here. But one thing that we have to highlight, which is just a little off the beaten path, would be our friend in Chris J in mousesports, really taking the fight there to the enemy, and that enemy being Liquid in the grand finals, best of 5, what have you, there in New York at ESL 1. And of course, this was one for the ages. This, by far, Chad, was probably one of the single most impressive plays that I have seen throughout Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think
Global Offensive.
I think this is being touted as play of the year. Now, sure, if you look at the context of the game, it's a grand final. Didn't actually win the game for them in the sense of, it wasn't a factor that broke the economy of Liquid. They were still looking pretty nice at this point, but it was just so impressive. The balls to do this in a grand final matchup against a team like Liquid, who have been fantastic on Mirage recently. It takes a player who doesn't doesn't worry about caution, throws it to the wind, some might say, to pull off a play like this.
And in a moment he had to do it. He did just that. And I think it's just about time for us to stop ranting and give it to the people who made it all as hype as it possibly was. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. This is a Chris J ace at ESL 1 New York.
To try and hold off the rotations. Oscar's gone. Chris isn't. Op still in the picture. Op still very much in the round. Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God!
Kara, Chris J o dziwo chce się wepchać. Chris J wciąż walczy. Kolejny frag od niego. Chris J rozkręca się w tej rundzie. I to jest 2 na 2. Chris J, co ty wyczyniasz?
Sur cette reprise, mais on y va malgré tout. Crazy qui fait un kill, Crazy qui tente tout, Crazy qui fait un double kill maintenant, peut-être 3.
Oh, Crazy! Il est en train de retourner la game, il est en train de le faire, Crazy! Incroyable, nice! C'est dégueulasse, Crazy!
Ojo, Crazy.
Cuidado.
Ojo,
Bueno. ¡Cristian! ¡Por el amor de Dios! ¡Hablamos de confianza! ¿Pero qué está haciendo el holandés?
Криш же против такого. Еще коннектор забирает. Господи, Криш, что ты делаешь? Минус 3. 2 на 2 ситуация. Криш дальше идет. Еще он его забирает. Нитро падает в итоге. И пятый тоже. Что происходит, Крис?
Жесть.
Kill krijgt de Bolskar. Chris J natuurlijk weer met de kill 2. En dan gaat hij door. Heeft er dan al 3. Chris J komt tot leven. Eindfase. Heeft er 4. Krijgt hij de ace. Ja. Gadverdamme, Chris.
Právě pro tým mousesports stále je tady Chris J, který pro sebe bere 2 killy a tenhle holandský kouzelník to teď tahá celé na sebe. On by mohl získat kódky a to se také děje. Chris J, to si děláte legraci!
So, hier gibt das Backup. Oh, schöne Shelldown von Chris J. Was, Chris J? Was ist mit dir los? Was ist mit dir los? Nein, Chris! Nein, was? Was ein Ace! Junge, was ist los mit dir?
Every time I heard that one go down right there. And I guess the most impressive part for me is, yes, he does get these frags and he does make all these things happen, sends his team to game point. And for what it's worth, that 7 HP peak on the last guy, the connector shot for me was the single most impressive shot of that.
Yeah, you love to see it. The Germans there getting hyped towards the end of that with the Junge. That means boy, if you don't know your German.
Nice,
and you say
Chad.
Junge, which is boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, it's just one of those players I think is going to go down in history, that's for sure. Now coming into this matchup against SpaceSoldiers, in the early days, Mouse were one of the teams to pick up Dust2 when it first came back into the rotation roughly six to 8 months ago. Something along those lines. Time is not a flat surface. But when you do think about this, they were, they brought out a couple of cool executes early. It was a map that they thought they could pick into. They didn't find too much success. Now with Snacks on the team, he's doing the long anchor job. You've got that double orb of Chris J and Sunny. It's quite potent. And we got the Goonies who have just rocked on in, ready after their defeat to us. With Hugo still looking quite smug.
DE_feet is probably where they can find themselves later on here. And I would call them the dynamic duo, but the reality is that the dynamic won't, I think, is the sentiment I'm going to go with here, Chad. Either way, I'd let you guys say something, but you've said enough, Hugo, before we came in here. You said I got carried. The reality is we know that's not true. Great team play, great flashes.
Communication.
And a lot of what we can expect mousesports potentially come in this matchup with. I mean, one thing we have to examine here is the fact that they could be coming here off a land high.
Well, that is the thing. I definitely think they're riding that high in terms of confidence. Has put a bit more, I guess, wind beneath their wings, because previously they were getting down on themselves. They were starting to stumble a little bit. They were starting to doubt whether this project was working, or at least it felt that way on the server. There's been murmurs that Sunny's been doing a bit of in-game leading, but I'm not quite sure exactly where that one lies. I think we have to see and have it all go down in the server, Mr. T-Dog.
I think that's exactly what we have to do. And for that, exactly, it's going to be Dust2 and it's going to be Harry and Hugo making it all possible here. Guys, don't let the words fall out of your mouth too much.
We'll do our best, Trace. We'll do our best. Thank you very much, guys. Last couple of maps of the night, Harry. This is it's been a long time coming, but happy to be here. SpaceSoldiers versus mousesports. Are you excited as always?
I am. You know what, Hugo? I'm actually over the moon. Not just excited. I'm ready. I'm pumped. We had a cheeky 2v2.
Yeah, we did.
Versus Trace and Chad, we won.
Yeah,
I don't want to brag.
Yeah,
but no, we did get wrecked on the third map especially.
Let's just brush that under the rug like we're FaZe playing 4 maps earlier.
To this one, we just saw SpaceSoldiers. We didn't see it, but it was over on the B stream, Hugo. We just saw them go to OT versus Astralis twice in a row, so they're going to be feeling a little bit tired now. These games going on longer than they would have liked. But
that being said, though, they did get a victory.
This is what I was going to say, right? So that first one goes to a grueling 25-21 scoreline against them, right? So then they go to the next map. That goes to OT as well, but this time they win it out 19-15. So at least they're going to be coming into this, with a win under their belt versus Astralis, the best team in the world. You're going to be feeling pumped. At least it's not 2 insanely close games that you lost, and you're going to be heading into this thinking about all of the mistakes that you made. You've had a victory under your belt. Now you have mousesports to try and topple. Heading into Dust, Hugo Zantares. He's the man to open things up. He takes down Chris J. SpaceSoldiers already finding this man advantage. And Oscar trying to regain some ground over here towards the top of mid. Gonna back away for the time being. Hasn't spotted anyone out just yet. Zantares down in the lower tunnels. No, we're gonna take a little peek down range. Doesn't quite find Paz. That's someone I think it's gonna be worth talking about. Paz, but we can address that a little bit later. Snack's going to be good for one. Before the tree comes in, so SpaceSoldiers maintaining that man advantage, not letting mousesports back into this round.
Well, there's no smoke for the cross. That's going to be a problem here. Actually, it is. It's already gone down. It's a CT smoke, so Sonny going to push ahead of it. He's committing to a duel here, and there's 3 Ts on the other end, going down straight away. Engine finds 2 more. And SpaceSoldiers are all over this bomb site. They are all over this round. It is the pistol going the way of the Turkish. Definitely a good start to this map. And again, we've touched on SpaceSoldiers, Harry. Let's touch on mousesports. They managed to get a 2-0 victory earlier versus G2. Some dominant victories as well, 16-5, 16-8. So yeah, SpaceSoldiers certainly going to be warmed up versus Astralis, but it's not like mousesports haven't had their fair share of wins today.
Or as of late, right, coming off the back of their win at ESL 1 New York, and we feeling good on the back of that.
Yeah.
We saw some triumphant performances from these guys there. As things now starting to slide into place a little bit more, perhaps with Snacks joining us, so maybe we're going to see the fruits of that come into display. One thing I will say is this round from Space looks good. Look to try and keep things clean. I got to use the MP5 for the first time today.
How'd you find it?
It was all right. I remember using it when it was first played. For some reason, it feels different, but I didn't think they've changed it at all. I just didn't like it at first. But now I've been seeing the pros. I've been inspired. Here you go. Here's Rops anyway.
He's going to need more than inspiration for this clutch, I think. SpaceSoldiers have planted A, but they've already got 4 players on this B site. They know he has to be here, and Paz... Well, let's touch on Paz, Harry. He's been having a great day.
He certainly has. I mean, there was a time, right? I've been following SpaceSoldiers for a little while now. You and I were quite blessed in the sense that we were casting a lot of these guys as they're kind of rising up as well. So we got to see the growth of this team. You think about like there's been like a few other like iterations of it. But Paz was always someone for me who, alongside Calix and Zentaris, definitely had that ability to go off in some of these games. He used to be the man who was a pillar of consistency for this team, in my opinion. So I'd say now, you kind of look more towards Zentaris and him to be the guys near the top. Calix moving into more like this consistent fragging role. I think there was a time where Calix was the better man for the job than Zentaris, I'll be honest with you. It's interesting how the power shift always kind of changes around between, I'm going to say Calix and Paz. Zentaris, I'd say he's normally consistently one of the guys we expect to see up at the top.
Yeah.
But I like it. There's teams figuring themselves out. They're getting an understanding for how it is they want to play. Calix, I think he said something about wanting to be more of a supporting role at one point in time, which was a myth to me. I always thought he was fantastic. But anyway.
Yeah, for reference as well, a bit of statistics. Paz earlier in the game versus Astralis, in the first map, he managed to get a stunning 46 kills to 34 deaths. And then he also, in the other match, I've got 33 kills and 22 deaths. Top of the ball for his team both times. So definitely keep your eyes on him coming into this game. But someone else has already been mentioned. That is Zentaris, Harry. And he's kicked off this round with a double kill up through middle. With the loss of only Calix, SpaceSoldiers are now back in the man advantage, but Chris J with the AWP will be keeping things intact in this 3v3. We'll be down to a B play here for SpaceSoldiers. Desperation. 1 minute 20 on the clock. They've got plenty of utility left up, and mousesports, I think they've started to work out exactly what's about to go down.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way. I mean, they've full rotated, they're trapped down in CT as that smoke starts to fade. Chris J just going to miss the timing. Chris crossing mid over here towards the bomb site. Paz all the hands of Rops, and he's still alive. He's still kicking now. You see this rotation from Chris J going to arrive there. Snacks finding Zentaris down in mid. Major falls promptly after. mousesports going to be picking themselves up their first round. Money still plentiful, though, for the SpaceSoldiers. We can see this buy come back in for them. And they can even look to bring an AWP out as well.
Yeah, no AWP for the T side at the moment.
Yeah, SpaceSoldiers at TV, though. They don't need to run the AWP, but they can. They have the ability to, but they're more often than not, I'd say we see these guys kind of rock the fire rifle setup anyway. Yeah. I do like seeing the teams that don't base themselves around a style AWP. Over on the mousesports side, you got 2 of them. You got Oscar, Chris J. That's why Dust2 is one that we often talk about as being potentially such a good map for this team.
Yeah, surprising to see Chris AWPing over Oscar right now. We see that on Nuke a lot. Chris will often don the AWP over Oscar there and play that yard position, but typically on maps of Dust2, it's more so Oscar. However, this is a bit of a different story for mousesports. Maybe reinvigorated after New York. Chris J, I'm sure we all remember his ace. SpaceSoldiers, though, they are slow outside of long this round. We have a 1-2 setup from mousesports. Snacks playing, baiting in the corner. Oscar making contact on the headshot angle. Oh, that's why we have Chris J on the AWP, Harry. Great shot to middle. Zentaris going down through the door, and Chris isn't done with just one. He's found a second as well. Will this bait corner from Snacks wield any work? It will. There, they don't check it. 1 kill from him. Oscar peeks out to support his teammate, and Major's going to fall as well. Great play from Snacks. And mousesports with a nice and clean second round on the board.
Yeah, one of the first games we saw Snax when he first joined this roster was on Dust2 off the top of my head, and I seem to recall he had a fantastic performance. Then kind of fell a little bit silent since then, but you know, you get the feeling that he's this is a map that he feels very comfortable on within this team. And then you look at how the rest of the team are laid out with Chris J and Oscar, that double AWP potential. It is one that feels like it should be a fantastic map for mousesports, and that's where, you know, maybe I think SpaceSoldiers could be tested here on Dust2. Look at this buy from them. It's not fantastic. Paz, the Mac Daddy, Calix down on the Galil, the CZ for Major, AK's up on Engine and Zantares. Decent bit of utility as well, all things considered, but this will be their last buy. Going to have to just grit their teeth in the next one if they lose this. But right now, it's eyes on Zantares. He creeps out from lower tunnels, has the rest of the gang here. There are players over in mid. The flash rains through. That's going to force Chris J and Sunny away. Now they look to try and take control of Cat.
Yeah, gifted over to them, but look at the shift of mousesports. We see a second player move away from middle towards that A site. That's Sunny. Now Chris J will be alone in middle, but that won't be a problem for now. It's going to be the A site where SpaceSoldiers want to commit. The nades starting to rain over, the smoke down in the CT spawn and on Cat. We can probably see some of these Ts drop down into CT and try and overwhelm Oscar. That's very possible. And look how deep these smokes are going as well. They have someone long to cut off Snax, who's all the way deep in the pit. There's the drop from Calix. More flashes blinding the team of SpaceSoldiers, but they're still in good positions. Paz is going to find an opening kill, and Oscar can't convert the spray to more than one. It's 2 for 2 right now, and Snax finally going to turn around for a frag, but Engine keeps things in check for SpaceSoldiers. That bomb's getting planted, and it's a retake for mousesports.
2v2, Rops and Chris J left to try and retake this bomb site. Major holding close. Able to find the first on a Rops. Now it is just Chris J. This man had some fantastic performances of late. The bomb going to be planted for Engine down here in the pit. Chris J trying to take the fight, trying to win it with the AK, taps away, but Engine doing the damage. Chris J going to land the headshot, and that's the round. DV's looking to come on in. There should be just enough time left for it. mousesports going to be picking themselves up a third and equalizing this out here and now. But with that bomb going down, SpaceSoldiers will be able to scrape a bye together if they'd like.
Bomb plant's going to give the extra bit of bonus, but yeah, I don't know about this buy. SpaceSoldiers already went for a force in the previous with a bit of a mixed bag of fruit, if you will. Weird metaphor there, but
mixed bag of fruit.
Yeah,
you just say mixed bag. That was fine. Why a fruit?
I don't know, I feel like you needed to put some substance.
Where's the fruit come from? What fruits would you mix in your bag, Hugo?
I like grapes. I like pear. Not a strawberry man myself.
Not a strawberry man. I'm a big fan of strawberries, Hugo, but I tell you what.
You love a good old bag of strawberries, or a carton.
Don't get them in bags. This isn't Canada. You know, don't get things in bags that don't belong in bags. Okay. But 3 to 3.
This is a round that SpaceSoldiers. I mean, they bought the same situation in the previous round, but they may as well just half buy here. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think if any team can win these rounds, SpaceSoldiers have definitely got the power on. Right, just throw the guns over to the big fraggers, that being Zantares, Calix, and of course Paz today. And yeah, it's certainly not a bad buy at all. They've got 4 rifles. They've got a SMG with it.
Speaking of things that aren't necessarily in the bag, that's this round right now for mousesports. They maybe anticipate a bit of a partial buy. Not this though from SpaceSoldiers, charging down through mid. That's Calix, that's Zantares, 2 of the players we so often talk about within this roster, opening things up, and now suddenly Snax over here on short. He's going to get shut down as well. Calix just blistering pace in towards this A bomb site. Suddenly, Chris J and Rops, the only 2 players left alive. They're wondering where this round went oh so wrong. Interesting enough, it's Rops with the AWP in hand right now. Chris J just annihilated Calix. 3 kills, absolutely monstrous. And what a turnaround that was from SpaceSoldiers in that round.
Yeah, we kind of wondered coming into this game, are SpaceSoldiers going to be exhausted? They've already played, what, like 100 rounds of Counter-Strike today in official matches. You know, it's already quite late as well. It's going to be midnight for them. So are they going to be ready for this? And apparently they're looking even more warmed up than ever. Fast mid-play from Zantares and Calix. Some sick entries from Calix as well. And yeah, that set SpaceSoldiers up with a 4th round here, leading over mousesports and breaking back the cash.
And what I will say, for a team like SpaceSoldiers here, you know, if you're able to get a couple of maps here and there versus, you know, your mousesports, your phases, your Astralises, you know, your Navis, that's fantastic. You know, they take a map off of Astralis earlier, actually take another to overtime, so they get the point from that as well. And then, you know, SpaceSoldiers are a very, very competent, very, very good online team. They just then have the games that they should be winning out anyway. That's sort of the recipe. You know, if we're going to see these guys want to make it through to the Pro League finals, that's what they're going to need to do. And they're already kind of having a very good showing in that regard.
Without a doubt. could be the season for SpaceSoldiers. Been up and down so far in the last few months, I would say. But yeah, so far in Pro League, looking very good. Again, remember their opening day, 2 dominating wins over NIP, dropping 8 rounds across 2 maps. But this time they might be dropping the B site. The fast push, Calix already trading in 1 out, but Chris J's here with the AWP. Nice wallbang as well. That's putting Calix down on 2 points of health, although Chris won't know it. That is some serious damage. Major's backing off out of middle as well, trying to regroup in the tunnels, and Calix is going to get shot right as Sunny dives through the smoke. That's a risky play. Chris J does the same, and he's going to come to regret that decision because now SpaceSoldiers are back in the lead. Now they have the man advantage, and more nades from Paz will find him a second kill. This is fantastic from SpaceSoldiers. The round swiveled on its head, and Oscar is the only man left standing here for mousesports in a 1v3. And this, Harry, is the epitome of undoable.
Yeah, this B-bomb site is tricky enough to navigate, let alone when you have the AWP. No flashbangs, nothing to get you into it. And Oscar, he's sticking around a bit, but he's going to fall in the hands of Paz. SpaceSoldiers picking themselves up a 5th round. Yeah, I mean, in relation, you say this could be the season for Space. I mean, last season, in a way, was the season for SpaceSoldiers as well. They were able to go ahead and get to the LAN finals over in Dallas. They finished, what, 9th to 12th there? And it was a pretty disappointing run, but the reason for that was, I can't remember who couldn't get their visa sorted, but I know we had Despace subbing in for somebody. It was Calix, and I mean, what a man to lose as well. Yeah, I remember this now.
Wait,
okay. Fair enough, mate. Just going to go ahead and tap those guys down. He does fall. Not much more should come of this. There's 101 HP over on the side of mousesports, and even then, that's being very, I don't know, very generous about sharing that out. The SpaceSoldiers, now I think for these guys, they're expecting to once again go ahead and get to the LAN finals.
Well, Robs doesn't want to let them because the damage done by these pistols has been pretty ridiculous. Antares may have tapped down 3, but his dropped gun has led mousesports to get himself into a 1v2. Obviously a 1 round for SpaceSoldiers, but this was a full USP round for mousesports, so to actually do this much damage is not what they would have expected coming into it. Chris J spots the jumping player, Calix, only 1 bullet away from finding this kill, and there it is. It's, of course, a headshot. SpaceSoldiers going to be finding 6 to 3, double that of their opponents, but we're early days, Harry. We've had some ecos. We need some more AWP, some more buy rounds. Here's the tapping from Xantares. Oh my god. Now what's that? 5 bullets, 3 kills? Dirty. So here it is. Oscar's now on the AWP, despite Chris J having a very strong start to this map when he picked it up just a few rounds ago. SpaceSoldiers don't have their own just yet, but they do have a fast long play.
That's right here, they almost certainly do. Rushing on in, it's going to be Calix to find that double kill. Sunny and a Snacks both down. Calix top of the board right now for SpaceSoldiers, sitting on 13 frags. He's having a monstrous game. But it has now slowed right down, and that's because of the presence of Oscar here. That's unnerving enough, but you also have Chris J to worry about pushing on up over here towards Og. He's going to get the information that they've backed away. SpaceSoldiers, they're fast about this, though. If they act quickly, they're going to go ahead and catch Rops alone inside of this B-bomb site.
But Chris J walked back down long, and that's him getting the information that SpaceSoldiers aren't committing to that position and have backed off, in fact. So, as a result, Oscar rotating with this AWP, although... is he ready for the angle? He's sneaking into this one, which means it's going to be a difficult shot, but he lands it anyway. Xantar is dead, and now we actually have 2 players on this B site. Oscar in position, cannot hit the shot. Rops is going straight down, and Oscar's only going to get 1 for his money. It's all on Chris now, and the bomb should be able to make its way to the site. Smoke to cut off the door. Chris going to dive on through, but Paz not ready for it, and they get off the bomb, but Chris has won the round. 2 frags there. He even has time to save the AWP, and mousesports, that's a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, Chris J, the balls on him just to go for that peek and then win the first fight. The second he does that, he knows the engine's over on the bomb. You see him frantically try and get off of it, but it's just too little too late. SpaceSoldiers going to be kicking themselves there. It seemed like everything was going their way. Fantastic openers found by Calix. Ultimately just not meant to be. Fast playing towards the B-bomb, so the complete change of the pace here from SpaceSoldiers charging on in. It's Chris J to open up, but this time they swiftly deal with it. Won't they anticipate the 3rd man in the form of Rops? They certainly don't. He's going to find a quick double, and now Snack swings in as well. It's Major 1v2, and he's still got so much left to do.
Oh, nice flick, Oscar. Not expecting him to come all the way from the T-spawn late. Major had been spotting down mid for the information, but mousesports, they still have control of the bomb, or that being Snacks. Sneaky, sneaky Snacks hiding on the car. Major going back in from the tunnels as well. Now, he has all the time to play with, so as far as Snacks is aware, you know, Major can come in through the door, he can come through the window, he can come from the tunnels. As all the options in the world. So Snax has to remain aware, and the more time that ticks down, the more positions Major could be in. But little does Snax know for the time being that Major hasn't moved a muscle. Holding on to the tunnels. Problem is as well, if he wants to play with a rifle, he's out of luck, because they're all dropped in the B site, and he's got to commit with this AWP until he at least gets spotted and gives away his position. He sneaks into B. Snax has a lovely off angle here by the door. I don't think Major's going to be ready for this one. And considering the fact that he's crawling in and his gun barrel will stick out, Snax should win this. But Major, sick flick. And fair play. SpaceSoldiers win the round.
Yeah, I mean, on the back of that, you're really going to be looking at the pain train here for mousesports. There's no money left. Sonny, he's gone for the investment. They're going to go ahead and... I was going to say try and buy around this. It's they go ahead and do it late. Snax and Oscar keeping a bit extra. Maybe they want to try and move into a double AWP setup. Who knows? Never mind. They're still just being indecisive. They've gone back to go ahead and grab them. Oh, Chris J.
He's so good at that shot,
we know he's a bit of a monster with the scout, but still, that's a massive kill to find. He's not content with just one, though. Chris J, one is never enough. We learned that in New York. This man is the gift that keeps on giving, and with him this time, Sonny going to be dropping another over here in mid.
It's nice to see Sonny sitting on 2 kills, having a bit of a slow start to this map. And he's been one of the best players for mousesports, if not the best player in the last few months. So definitely need to have him firing off if we want mousesports to take this victory like on paper they should. But SpaceSoldiers are really giving it to them right now. However, in this round, it's only 1 trade at the cost of 2. Luckily enough, mousesports still under-equipped for this one. And SpaceSoldiers already tagged down on a couple of players. Look at Calix as well. He's stuck into B. There's 2 players here. Is he ready for the second one? Yes, somehow he hits a shot. And now with the B site open and a man up for SpaceSoldiers, this should be their round. They have everything going for them. I think they've already given up on the side of mousesports. Sonny's run away. Snax is just hunting for a gun at this point, unless Sonny goes back in through CT. And okay, maybe we actually do have a round. No. Probably the safe decision.
Take it a little peek. See if anyone's gone and overextended, perhaps up towards the window. Maybe SpaceSoldiers make an error and then they find themselves a 2-on-2, but not meant to be. Instead, just backing away. SpaceSoldiers moving on to an 8th round, though. And these guys, there are a lot of questions, as you say, coming into this. Are they going to be exhausted? They've just played a very, very long 2-map series versus Astralis. Spanning hours across both maps. Over 100 rounds played, I think you said, right? So, or just thereabouts.
Yeah,
it would have been 50 in map 1, and then
like 85.
Some unreal amount for a 2-map series. And I do think, though, picking up that win on the final map versus the Stars, that's going to go to motivate these guys heading into this one. They're thinking about that win. Sure, you let that first map go, but still, you split a series 1-1. You still get what? 3 points. Astralis get 3 points as well. That's all good.
They played 80 rounds versus Astralis in 2 maps.
Oof. Now there is brutal, but they've played 13 here versus Mouse, and they're going to sit 8 rounds up right now as we approach the end of this first half. SpaceSoldiers looking good right now, especially as that money for mousesports is still down low as a result of that investment in the round prior. Calix is looking so confident, just goes running on out towards long. They've taken a massive foothold here, and they used 1 flashbang to get it. That is a huge bit of real estate to grab for such a low price.
Problem is, mousesports, talking about a low price, they have a very low investment, and as a result, they can take risks. Their risk is stacking 4 players on the site that SpaceSoldiers is hitting. And Calix, will he be ready for this? We've got the one-way smoke. Snax can't connect the dots, and Calix is going to find the shot instead. Bomb can go down here, but do they realize how many CTs are encroaching on their position? Sonny shot in the back of the head, and Engine jumps up on top to drop Chris J. It's only Oscar, and he's only going to get 1 for his troubles, leaving just rips. And nice work from SpaceSoldiers. Despite the stack of mousesports, they still deal with it effectively. 9-4 up here on the T side, and mousesports back on with the bye.
But even then, taking a couple of sacrifices. I know you got Chris J on the scout, and you can almost make the argument, is that a sacrifice? But kind of nostalgia in him behind, it is a downgrade. You'd love to have this double AWP set up here. Yeah. That's what mousesports want to be running. They're going to make the best out of a bad situation. He's gone ahead and grabbed that as well, so he can get extra utility. He also has the kit to play around with. Oscar going to go ahead and lose his teammate in the form of Snax over here towards long. That's Calix once again, every single round, finding an opener over here towards long doors. Has just been a real master of this position. He's going to keep on going. Calix is the gift that keeps on giving. 18-7. It's an absolutely monstrous performance. Now going to go toe-to-toe with Chris J. But Zentares is there to bail him out. What is happening? Zentares and Calix, the synergy. It's a symphony, Hugo. They're like an orchestra of death right now. It is just Rops left alive. 1v5.
Astralis have given Space Soldiers the best possible warm-up they ever could have had for this game. I mean, that round, mousesports got battered more than we got battered in our 2v2, Harry.
I mean, I wouldn't say we got battered. You're underselling it.
I mean, not the first map, but, you know.
Or second.
We got battered on the second.
Third was bad. But,
Harry, if it's not a win, it's a battering in my eyes.
Yeah, you're on a tight ship, you know. You're the hardest IGL in the UK, perhaps, but
absolutely not. Oh no! Look at this.
And
oh no!
The autos bought out for Zentares and Calix. These two having a fantastic time. The Orps. Oh, look at this! Do not try and cross mid today. How have they got by? I would die if this is a scout. I'd die to a deagle at this point. But these guys, they just run through a maelstrom of bullets, and they've been able to stay alive. It's Paz to open up. Over at long.
The optimism is Sunny running up mid against this buy. Like, what do you really think is going to happen there? If he gets away with anything, I'll be impressed. Actually, he's in the smoke, that's why. Oh, trading positions with Zentares. He'll swap, go back, get the kill, but the smoke is faded and Paz has shot him in the back of the head. Second kill of the round. He got an early opener out long with that AWP. And Space Soldiers, I mean, they're all over this one. 11 is surely going to happen at this point. Chris J is not going to be able to win that fight. 11-4 on the T side of Dust2. Damn good opener to this map for Space Soldiers.
Definitely so, and I mean, a fantastic warm-up for Calix and Zentares. These two are looking absolutely unhinged right now. mousesports falling behind early on. They're going to need the pistol here if they want to start to get back in to this map. And 11-4 half is certainly not how they imagine this one going down. Coming off the back of a win at ESL 1 New York just recently. These guys were rather hoping this would be a much faster affair, it feels like. Space Soldiers are going to try and put us back on schedule as best they can.
Yeah, well done.
This said, Hugo, this said, you remember Space Soldiers and a big lead versus, you know, one of the best teams in the world just happened, and then it goes to a massive 50-round scoreline. You know, there is still that potential, you know, Space Soldiers maybe getting in their heads a bit if mousesports start to pull this one back.
Yeah, that's always a bit of a worry. Space Soldiers get pistol though, with 11 rounds to play with plus a pistol, assuming they can get conversions. I mean, we're already at 14-4, so yeah, that's something for Space Soldiers, something to be positive about. You know, one round can basically win you this game before mousesports even have too much footing back on in, but yeah, that is that one round, right? That's a question mark in and of itself. They did win T-side pistol, but that was what feels like a millennium ago. Surprising amount of highlights for a 15-round game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you have Calix and Zentares with 20 kills or something ridiculous between them. Or thereabouts. Maybe
21 for Calix, 17 for Zentares.
Exactly. So, mousesports, they're looking to try and keep things simple. This is one that you've probably seen before in matchmaking. Maybe not. But they're going to go ahead and head over here towards B early on. You see they have that smoke on Chris J. You can go ahead and throw that out over towards mid and then look to try and blitz your way on up. So they throw that out now. Zentares, watching from CT, has managed one. That's Rops to go down now into the crosshair of Paz. They walk. Going to take the fight to them, and Paz, at the initial duel, is going to get traded by Sunny, but Calix, still here, able to go and get himself another. Just Sunny and Oscar left, 2v3. That bomb about to go down. Space Soldiers, a little way away, but keep your eye on Major.
That's why Zentares ran back from the doors. He didn't want to go down and allow mousesports to equalize it. You know you've got a flank. You know you've got a man advantage. This should be yours if you play it right. But Sunny, he's on 3 kills right now, Harry. He's making this very, very difficult for the side of Space Soldiers. And he's going to go and get the ace. As if mousesports wreck Space Soldiers on the pistol round, or more like Sunny does. He had a slow half, but that certainly brought him back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, in this game, you know, it's always Sunny, not in Philadelphia, here on Dust2, rather. He's been looking absolutely fantastic. mousesports, 5-11. We said they needed the pistol around here if they wanted to start to blaze a trail to the comeback. They've got that. Now they just need these conversions as well.
Nice to see Space Soldiers not go, oh, let's just instant force. They've half-bought, they've gone for some deagles here, knowing that, yeah, we probably won't win these next couple of rounds, but we'll have a very good first round bye. We're going to have that AWP without a doubt. If they want it, of course, which we didn't see on the T side until the final round of the half. But then again, on an 11-4 half, they didn't really need the AWP. This one, though, mousesports are creeping their way up long. I'm sure Space Soldiers are about to realize... Oh, wait. Oh, that Molotov thrown hit the smoke mid-air and made it drop. That is interesting. I'd love to see a replay of that from third person if possible. Oscar's going to take down Zentares, and yeah, this round's already done. Look at Space Soldiers. They are running to save their pistols.
Oh, yeah, I mean, why not take it with you into the next round? Deny any money the way these SMGs. It's a win-win. They get to go ahead and give it another shot with these pistols in the following, but still 6-11 is the scoreline right now. 5 players staying alive as well over on the side of mousesports. Going to start to accrue a bit of money here for this T side.
mousesports not chasing though. Perfectly fine with holding on to these SMGs and not giving SpaceSoldiers any upgrades at all. So nothing coming of that round. But still no money for SpaceSoldiers, so one more eco here, Harry. One more chance at taking some guns away from mousesports, and then we'll be on the guns for SpaceSoldiers. Ooh, we have one flashbang, we have a long push. I think you can guess what's about to happen.
Will this be fruitful? They're playing the anti-flash for now. Now it goes raining on in. Oscar able to open up with these pistols, doing a bit of damage, and Snacks is in some trouble here. His teammates can't abandon him, they know, but they have to try and bail him out, and Sunny is here. Able to get one. They're still going to lose Snacks, try as they might.
Ooh.
That made his perfect. Chris J. Real basketballer. Goes ahead and slams dunk the man and hit. Major falls at car. Just Antares, but he's hot on their heels, although Rops is reading this well.
Ooh. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Switches weapon to try and get the kill onto Chris J, and Rops is going to be watching the flank. So mousesports 7 rounds here. They've started off well in the second half. Can they continue now that SpaceSoldiers actually have weapons to fight back? Remember, those weren't full buys. Those weren't even forces for SpaceSoldiers. We had just pistols with no armor. Major on that AWP into the first buy round here for SpaceSoldiers, and still the scout on Chris, but Oscar's gone and donned the AWP himself, so we do have that scope battle that we've been waiting for. Major going to spot Sunny jumping there. Doesn't get the kill. We'll give the information to mousesports on where the fact that this AWP is playing, so they may avoid short as a result.
In the way of Major, that's going to be Sunny to offer himself up, and what a man to find as well over on the side of mousesports. If you are going to take down anyone, he's the one you want to be dropping right now. He's been just on fire. Man advantage gained for SpaceSoldiers. mousesports question now becomes, how do they play in response to this? Looking at the SpaceSoldiers utility, that's something that they could start to worry about soon. Engine, the only man still with a full belt and heat, sits over here towards long doors. Not the ideal position for it, given that Snacks and Oscar are about to come his way. Snacks peeking round is going to go down, but then, oh, that should have been the trade. Oh, what that was a bit messy over towards long doors. Oscar's finally going to get it. Now Major looks to try and get rid of him, but Oscar keeps getting given these opportunities. It all now falls to Antares. He's caught at the crossroads out in the open. Calix might have just made this retake possible, though. You saw them start to back away, but now they're going to try and go for it.
The bomb's planted for long though, and Oscar still has that AWP. He is such a beast with that weapon. They need to get rid of the man on the ramp first, and that is going to be Chris J, but they haven't put a utility for this. A smoke to maybe cover off the bomb. However, let's deal with the first one first. Chris J playing closer, re-smoke coming down. Calix, what's he got to do here? Because Chris J's just not going to take this fight. Calix spots him through the smoke. Now they can cover off the bomb with their own utility, and Oscar, he's got to find this shot. He doesn't even know if they're sticking it, but they don't have a kit, and Calix has won the duel. Is there time?
Yes. 12-7, Hugo. There is time. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time when you have Calix on your team. This man, 24-9. This is absolutely unreal from him. Clearly, after the performance versus Astralis, he wants to come in here on firing on all cylinders versus mousesports, try and get this over and done with, add some more wins to their tally. mousesports scraping together another bite. This one will be their last if they lose this round. Nice to be able to get that bomb down. It's a pretty important round, though, for them to have some success. And you see SpaceSoldiers' economy is down low as well, so if they find a round here, almost guaranteed a 2-for-1 on the back of the Ecos. And Tara is debating going through, but that doesn't matter. Paz has gone ahead and slaughtered everyone down here amid Sunny. just able to grab the bomb and get the hell out of there, but it's a massive advantage early on. And now Engine in the back. That's a bit messy, but he does manage to find it eventually.
Oh, that
Oscar.
one's not messy. Dink down, Oscar finds one, but 4 players left, Harry. I think this one is a foregone conclusion. SpaceSoldiers gonna win the round. Calyx just takes that fight, and of course he wins it. He's having a sick game, 25 kills and 13 rounds on SpaceSoldiers, 3 away from the victory here on Dust2. And I mean, even if they split the series, for example, not to just go ahead and assume they're going to lose that second map, I mean, this would be such a successful day, and you know, splitting maps with Astralis and mousesports would be fantastic. Hell, they could even 2-0 this series, because right now, this is not a close game, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite maps that I used to watch SpaceSoldiers on was Cobblestone back when that was still in the map pool. I think like that getting removed was like one of their go-to maps. So that definitely hurt this team for a little while. But then you look at how far they've come and how, you know, how well they're doing. I think that's pretty commendable, given the other. I mean, the thing I kind of hate about SpaceSoldiers is the sense that like we've never really got to see their full potential. It feels like, other than really Blast Pro recently. There's always been, you know, some asterisks by their performances. There's always been visa issues getting in the way. It's like, you and I spoke about this a bit, and it's something that I hope really does fix that for these guys. I do feel bad for them. Is that recently there was that whole esports players now considered athletes for visas over in Turkey, which I really do hope helps get them, you know. All 5 players. Yeah, I know. I'm really nailing this, aren't I? Yeah, I'm trying to be nice, but the words just aren't coming out. My body's rejecting it, mate.
The sentiment is there. We know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's good to see them actually have some success with such a long-standing roster as well, right? It's been a while since we've seen, you know, this team make any changes. They used to have the whole Despe situation where he was in and out. And now it's at least a solid 5.
The org, right? Like, I think they still have him on standby to stand in.
Well, pistols here for mousesports in round number 21. SpaceSoldiers already with an AWP scope down on long. Oh, what a shot from Snacks. He's going to get right away. Free kill. And if he can get out there and grab the gun before Engine moves into position, that would be fantastic. But Engine going to take long back under his domain. Xantara's trading back in middle. Engine's here. He does not want to give Snacks his AWP. Oh.
That's that bomb dropped inside of B, and for mousesports, that's pretty devastating. This round was looking like something they could win, and they could still win. Oh my Engine! He's a little bit filthy. But the real issue now is that bomb. Paz is sitting on it right now. Snacks is there, though. He's going to try and go for it. Sunny's trying to win this one-on-one, and he's not going to. So now he's left Snacks on his lonesome, and a 1v2 necessary to pick this round up. He's landed one nice deagle already, but we need to see a little bit more from him. If there's going to be an 8th round here for SpaceSoldiers.
He's not got a gun just yet as well. There's one just there in front of him. He can go and pick it up. We'll just opt to stick with the deagle, and even spots ahead of Paz going to the left side as well, so that's a bit more information for Snacks. Although the awkward timing as Paz walks through the door, that'll be it. SpaceSoldiers take the round, and yeah, a bit of a messy one there for SpaceSoldiers, but nice work individually from mousesports to be able to get the kills required to, you know, give them a shot in the round. It was just as soon as they lose the bomb, SpaceSoldiers can just hold that down until the round's over. 14-7, Harry. And this is probably the last chance for mousesports in this map. They've got to win this bye round.
Yeah, I mean, that becomes a necessity here for mousesports. As you said, I mean, they had convincing wins earlier versus G2, but this is looking very, very different here in the realms of Dust2. Calyx rotating over to be preemptively going to be joining up with Paz, leaving Xantares here in mid. Having a lot of faith in Major up there on short. I think he's holding Catwalk, keeping an eye on the angle, and indeed he is. Takes a shot and then just falls away from here. And he's been very good at finding this this shot and then just dropping back. There's very little you can do to get that trade once he falls off the angle.
Oh, timing. Walks away. Xantares moves back into position, but Oscar scoped up. Oh, he misses a shot. Xantares going to go right in, and they're already blind. He's got himself a free kill. The trade might be there, but they've taken down a key player on the other side, and Major's even dropped the bomb on short. We'll give it back to mousesports, but we'll take away the man advantage, and Snacks luckily pulling it back in middle. Problem is, Calyx is still here, and we already know he's been a bit of a beast in this round, in this map, and he will get the revenge frag to put SpaceSoldiers back in the lead for this round. He's not even done with that, Harry. Look at this push.
Yeah, he's still going, he's still fragging, he's still a gamer, but now it is just Ropsak alive, the Estonian Wonder Boy. Ooh, okay, he really is trying to live up to the name. Sadly, Major was already there on short and he did not anticipate it. 15-7 in spite of Rops's best effort. So we could just bring the scoreboard up quickly. I would love to see the ADR on Calyx right now, just to know what sort of an impact he's having. That's actually not as ridiculous as I thought it would be.
That almost doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that almost doesn't seem right. But
on HLTV, it's 91.
I guess it is. He's doing a good job of finishing people off then, perhaps. But here's Major. Tell you what, he's been having a fantastic game on this AWP, really going toe-to-toe with both Oscar and Chris J. Making it work. 15-7. They need 4 more kills to win this first map. Now just 3 as Zentares finishes off Rops. Oscar falls. Zentares, what a spectacle to try and end it on. Chris J, try as he might, he's going to manage 1 at the very least.
Ooh. Oh, look at this setup for SpaceSoldiers. 2 players on elevator. They'll eventually go for the boost, but I mean, if you were walking into that as Snacks, you would have a very tough time. A well-timed back off from Calyx. The Snacks could have found that kill, but Chris J, ridiculous shot. Luckily enough for SpaceSoldiers, they've already dropped the bomb and traded his teammate, leaving just Chris stuck in a very awkward spot. It won't happen. SpaceSoldiers take that first map, Harry. And what a fantastic scoreline as well. 16-7. That is not a close game. Defeating the victors of ESL 1 New York from just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from Space. They're going to be feeling very, very happy about that one after their games versus Astralis went on so long. They were so close, so back and forth, and now they get in the server versus mousesports. As you say, the team that comes off the back of the victory in New York, and they decimate them here on Dust2. There's still another map coming up. That map is Train. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with that at the desk after the break.